was a teenage anarchist looking for revolution. I had the style, I had the ambition, read all the authors, I knew the Russogans. There was a war, but the class war, I was ready to set the world on fire. I was a teenage anarchist looking for revolution. Do you remember when you were young and you wanted to set the world on fire?
How's it going, guys? Justin Spangler.
Tim Cerruti.
It's the AFPL. Here we're going to have our next match, which is going to be SD Apes versus OC Titans 3.
And this is going to be a good one. OC Titans have been playing well, and so has SD Apes.
Yeah, I mean, OC Titans is one of the staple teams in AFPL. I know I've played for OC Titans. I think you might be.
I've practiced with them a couple times. You know, great bunch of guys and girls. You know,
and girls. Yeah,
that team is really talented. They're really good, and you know, they're just a great bunch of people.
So, I mean, obviously, SD Apes, obviously a San Diego team.
Huge locals. I mean, like, you know, like everybody knows about the SD Apes.
Yeah. You know, and OC Titans from Orange County. So
we got a SoCal matchup right here down in Camp Pendleton.
And then today, guys, obviously, you guys watching us on the YouTube channel, please subscribe, hit the like button.
Make sure you check out our sponsors, Scrub Status, Anthrax, Afflecto.
Yep, we got West Coast Meditation.
Yeah.
PS Photography.
Armed Forces.
Yep. Your PB friend over there, Dan. So make sure you guys are checking them out and giving them a like, guys, on Facebook or Instagram or anything else, guys.
Trust me, they appreciate it.
Oh, yeah. All right, here we go. SD Apes over here on the left-hand side. We've got OC Titans 3 over here on the right-hand side.
I want to see who's gonna try to take that real estate off the break. You know, like so far it seems like the teams that have been doing that have been very successful.
Yeah, and then also too is gun skill with these guys. You know, when you have only 3 players, you got to have that good sharp gun skill. SD Apes, wow, taking that.
All right, OC Titans getting Dorito 1 while SD Apes taking the snake side corner, but SD Apes did a good job countering back into Dorito 1 while OC Titans Dorito 1 gets dropped.
Oh wow, it's falling quick.
All right, so it's a 1-on-3, and it's their god player.
Yeah,
it's over. That was
it. That was really quick,
really fast point.
I think biting off a little bit more than they could chew, making too big of moves, and dying inside of your bunkers, which you know can't be doing. Now a little bit of lack of communication here with the SD Apes.
They'll catch on to it pretty soon, I think.
Yeah, I mean obviously they're.
It's really quiet on the field.
They're like, how come they're not shooting back? I wonder.
Somebody run through and figure it out, please.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Sorry, that was me.
No, that's
it's what's needed.
Yes.
All right, they figured it out. All right, great first point by SD Apes.
Yeah, very quick.
Titans, you know, they got to figure out how to come back and stay alive. Maybe not take so much real estate off the break.
Obviously, you know, SD Apes running with a roster of Matthew George. They've got Lewis Miller. Who else? Patrick Montalano, who also has a barbershop that he's running with too. You know, he's trying to get some cuts going, so guys hit up him. Andrew Smith and Brandon Smith, which maybe brothers. I don't know.
Probably. Yeah. I mean, there are an awful lot of Smiths.
Maybe, yeah. Smith might be a common name.
Slightly.
Yeah.
But for OC Titans 3, we got Luis Cruz, Rodrigo Ramirez, Eric Ramirez, and Emmanuel Sanchez, you know. They had a good breakout. You know, I just think that if the Dorito player would have got to that Dorito 1 and maintained his lane down the tape, he might have got that dude that countered out for him. You know, something to think about. Keep your gun up. You know, try to expect what the other team's going to do when you do something.
That's going to be one of the biggest things is having your gun up while running.
But that SD Apes move from the snake corner into snake 2, like really put on the pressure, and that's when, like, you know, when you have a Dorito 1 and a snake, you know, you're in the right position to win a game.
Well, the thing was too is he had no opposition towards that tape side, so he's just sitting there shooting inside while moving up. You know, when you have that kind of situation, you want to have the outside guy. I mean, obviously, we talked about this earlier with other games, is that outside level of confidence, you know, having a wide field.
30 seconds.
Now you guys know why.
Yep. Here we go. SD Apes on the right and OC Titans 3 on the left.
Mm-hmm.
OC Titans doing the Babe Ruth point. Gonna hit the home run.
Yep. We'll see.
I think they're going to try to double up a lane on the snake and try to pick up that snake runner off the break.
OC Titans still pointing.
I'll point, you'll point. Let's all point. Yeah, they're trying to double up. I think it worked out. They definitely clipped the God runner off the break. Yeah, see, doubling up lanes works really well, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so OC Titans pushing all the way into snake 3.
Which he can.
Snake
Obviously,
4,
he's got
snake 5.
Wow, nice
snake
move.
6.
Good.
SD Apes standing way over the top of back center. All this snake player needs to do is just come up and roast.
He's just roasting everybody right now anyways. He needs to keep butt down, though.
All right, they're in snake 4. Back center's gone.
That
was a great point.
Wow, very nice OC Titans.
3.
The snake player, obviously delaying at home, shooting those lanes, and then coming out to snake, moving all the way up to snake, never stopping. Wow.
I was out of practice with Excessive a little bit ago, and Rich Telfer would be very proud of that. Because too many people, you know, if there's no pressure on the snake, they'll get in the snake and they'll stop in snake 2.
Yep.
And if there's nobody to stop you, there's no reason why you don't just go all the way to the other end.
You don't hear
and then
paint.
You get 2 or 3 Gs and you win the game for your team.
If you don't hear paint, keep it going.
That was textbook, nice, easy 3-man snake play. Great job, OC Titans 3.
Now I know tomorrow is the Red Zone and 7-man event, I believe.
No, I think it's just Red Zone.
Just Red Zone?
And
okay. And I heard I saw a name on there too. It was like Excessive.
No, actually, unfortunately, Rich definitely could not come down to this event. So, but I got some other good players.
All right.
Pretty excited. Not too worried. Oh, OC Titans getting a flag. Maybe it was a dirty hang.
Oh wow,
that's unfortunate. After such a good point, I hate when that happens. You know, like just it kills.
That's why you have to check yourself.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Yep.
Wait, we got to say that one more time.
So that was giving them a no point, and they're going to go for another point here because that was a no point for OC Titans.
So did OC Titans have 2 people on the field left, or was it just the one guy? Like,
they had 3 left on the field.
Like you gotta check.
You guys gotta check yourself.
But you know, that would have saved you. You know, having to win 2 more points to win this game.
Yep.
You know, just having, you know, just a safety check.
With a fatigue level as well. I mean, obviously.
Yeah, you know, when you're playing back-to-back points, you know, you get a little tired. Some of these things happen. You don't think about it. You know, you just want to get air, more paint, and get back on the field. And you might not think about it. But really, that's why you have to. That's what, like, West Coast meditation is all about, dude. You just got to be calm while you're playing. You know, you got to be relaxed so you don't make those mental mistakes.
Especially with a 4-man roster. You know, you've got a 4-man roster. You're not going to be switching,
you
know, 2 out of your 3 players out. You've got 1 player to switch in and out. The other 2 players, keep playing. You know, what I think OC Titans should do now is keep the same plan that they had before.
Yeah, that worked out
it worked
great.
for them. It worked for them. So
they picked up the God Runner off the break, and they were able to capitalize, go all the way down the snake, make easy kills. You know, that's just textbook. If they could redo that again, they're going to be just fine all day.
Yep.
But I'm interested to see what SD Apes are going to do now. And
now that they've seen the plan of the OC Titans, you know, how are they going to counteract this doubling up home?
So what you should do if someone doubles up home is you send either your God or your Dorito side player edging out so that you could put pressure back on the back center.
Right.
Sometimes you get lucky and pick them up, but at least you should mess them up enough that you'll make it out alive.
Or what you do is you send one up right up the gut.
Yeah, that always works too. Or, you know, if you don't want to risk sending someone up front, you send them to the corner, just a fast runner.
Same thing with the OC Titans.
OC Titans losing their Dorito tower, catching that. That's an unlucky break.
Oh, losing their God player too. 1 on, looks like they have 3 going.
SDH
so 3
really
on
pushing
1.
the Dorito side hard, but they just lost their Dorito corner.
Okay.
So 2 on 1. It might be a 1 on 1 though. I don't see the snake side player. We got a lot of foot traffic in front of us. All right, so SD Apes in Dorito 2, trying to look for those bodies. He's definitely feeling the pressure.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's a 1 on
This back center player for OC Titans, though, is doing a really good job of putting pressure on both the players that are on him, you know, making sure that they're not just running him down. As the Apes moving to the Snake 2.
Yep.
Snake 2, Dorito 2. It's a good combination.
Yeah, wide field. So, I mean, obviously, there needs to be a little bit more pressure. I mean, he's feeling pressure from either side.
Yeah, sometimes when you're in that situation,
that's it. Yeah, he just kind of gave him his back and said, "Oh."
1-on-2s are tricky because you have to have a clever balance of, you know, hiding and, like, you know, suppressing the opponents.
That too is you got to play more than one side of the bunker on that too. You know, you've got to watch out, especially the wide field out here.
I probably, you know, maybe it filled out to the Dorito corner. That small Aztec, you know, is a lot easier to play. The corner, you can work that angle. They have to come all the way down to your Snake corner to get that, like, immediate turn on you. Back center is definitely sometimes tough. You gotta look.
So I mean, obviously, having that field awareness with the 3-man key. You know, obviously OC Titans having a little bit of issue there, you know, with the dirty hang and that second point, which is the momentum carrier there, but it's all right.
Yeah, it's a good game. You know, like I'm sure that they're going to be doing just fine the rest of the day. So you know, just brush that off, get back on it, and I can't wait for this next match.
Yep.
All right, guys, later.